in my life, this is my time. Step up, rise up, fight first, bring it on.
The dog being arm dreamers, arm breakers, read you moron, arm breakers, the whole 9 yards, ice cold, that's that, the what down artist, beat down, the beat down artist, breakdown artist, the Doncaster disaster, that's one, the Chewbacca arm snapper, that's another, the hometown anti-hero, that's one more. We're 7,000 metric tons. That's actually 7,001. It's bulking season. He stands at 23 foot tall. Yeah, I'm a big lad, aren't I? Make your gate. 23 feet. I'm a giant. And he occasionally listens to Taylor Swift, but don't leave him about. Don't tell him. Don't tease him about it. Because he doesn't like that. Is Clayton Andrews, and this is wrestling. And this is wrestling. And by the
Already a minute and a half into this video, and I already want to gouge my eyes out and rip out my eardrums. Well done, Clayton Andrews. World record, as of yet. Now this does give you a massive hint, seeing as I've already told you his name, as to who this video is all about. Well, let's start with where I first met him, this Clayton Andrews. As you can tell from this little video segment you could hear in the background, it was when he was having his match against James Westney. What did I think of him? Entitled Pretentious Snob. And I say entitled about a lot of individuals, but if there's one thing that they definitely aren't, it's snobbish. However, for him, I would make an exception. You see, I had a list somewhere. If you give me but a moment, I can find it. Ah! Here you go. I couldn't tell what he said at the beginning, but it was something to do with being an arm breaker. Lawrence isn't exactly very good when it comes to reading out little lists. Clearly English is far beyond him. Doncaster lingo may be a bit better for him. The whole 9 yards. The whole 9 yards. If you're talking about how far you can throw him, yeah, I could probably throw him about 9 yards. Ice cold? Alright, I say no, ladies. Really? Of all the names you chose, ice cold? There's only one cold person in wrestling, and his starts with stone cold. The beatdown artist, or the breakdown artist. Watching from your performance at Cantley, you're not very good at beatdowns, are you? No. The Chewbacca arm snapper. There seems to be something about you and breaking people's arms. Is it because you were being torn apart like a chicken fillet? Being called a chicken constantly at Cantley? Just a thought. The Doncaster disaster, that much we can agree with. 7,000 metric ton. Weighs 7,000 metric tons as part of bulking season. Sorry, no wait, 7,001 tons. Yeah. 23 feet tall. Now I'm a pretty tall guy. 6 foot. And you're definitely not taller than me. So if you're 23 foot, then bloody hell, I must be 40. The hometown anti-hero. I have an opinion on anti-heroes. but we'll get to that in a second. Listens to Taylor Swift, but don't tease him about it. Who am I to judge people's music tastes? You want to listen to Taylor Swift? Fine. Be a little edgy edgelord. Maybe engrave TS onto your forearm as well. Hell, you might as well roll with it, right? But let's talk a little bit more about the person behind all of these flashy names. There's a reason I called you snobbish. And the list of names there kinda goes to prove it. You see, only people who are massive snobs have a list of names as such, except they tend to be a bit more regal. You only have to look at people in the past like, I don't know, the Prince of Wales, the Prince of Orange, Duke Wellington, individuals like that. You see, you're not anything special, Clayton. I watched you at that match up against your former tag team partner, James Westney. And I'll be fair, there's very little that I can find of you when it comes to wrestling. That's the only match I've ever seen you in. Correction. The only match I've ever seen you in SWF. Why don't we move to LPW for a second, Clayton? Oh, you were there, alright. And guess who was there as well, watching? Me. I was watching. Sure, I was outside at the time. I was just watching in, but hey, watching is watching. You seem to be more interested in having a laugh, throwing a few fake punches, pushing Robert DeCaro around, who I could tell was getting visibly frustrated, and just generally having a dandy old time. I suppose that's the difference between me and you. You view life as a joke. Everything is a massive lark to you. Hell, you could go out into the ring and you could entertain the crowds or be booed off of it being called a Nando's chicken all the time. It doesn't matter to you. You like the audience response. You feed off of it. If you don't get it, that's your biggest downfall. You rely upon the energy of the crowd to be able to make yourself feel better inside. As for me, I don't need to rely on the audience to give me anything. The audience relies on me to give them good matches. Oh, and to put a lot of people in their places as well. Now you can be all cutesy on Facebook and have your occasional Booker T references, shucky ducky quack quack. But beyond that, what are you really in SWF? What are you in LPW? You're not exactly main event material, are you, Mr. Clayton? No, you are not. It's funny that you should be called Clayton. There's a lot of individuals called Clayton in a lot of movies and a lot of series. And they all seem to have some things in common, some very close things in common. All of them are evil. All of them get their comeuppance, such as Tarzan, and such as a few other things. And they're all the side characters. They're not the main character, they're the side characters. They're not the people that you come to see. You come to see the main show. Me. You just so happen to be in it. You're not anything special, Clayton Andrews. You haven't even turned up to an SWF event in a very, very long time. Maybe because you think it's beneath you. Well, certainly. Keep imagining that. It's not like your career anywhere else is going massively well, is it? I mean, you lost to Robert DeCaro at LPW, didn't you? You didn't exactly do well on that day. Yes, I remember seeing your chest, all bruised and sore, forming welts from where Robert DeCaro had chopped you. And you didn't look best pleased afterwards. You see, this big show is to just try and make yourself feel better. Because you know deep down inside, you are not the biggest thing there is in wrestling. Whether you want to admit that or not is a completely different story. I mean, let me just find it on here. You have to give me a second. If you can hear that, that best describes you in a nutshell. You're just there as a joke. Hell, you're a slightly more funny joke than Mr. Smiley. Because I don't believe that you intentionally mean to come off as funny. I think deep down inside, you believe yourself to be a serious wrestler. It's just you can't stand it when anybody else doesn't take you seriously. You used to be something when you teamed up with James Westney. Yeah, I heard that you held the tag team titles together at one point, and then you betrayed him. Very good move, by the way. Should have pushed you all the way up, and maybe you did grab a couple of titles on the way, but you've not stuck around for long enough for it to be a lasting impact. Nobody talks about you. Nobody talks about your accomplishments. Oh, but they do talk about me. Yeah. They talk about me a lot. Whether they love me or hate me is a completely different matter. But I'm there. Always been thought of. As for you, you're even more distant than some other names that I've mentioned in the past. And they know who they are. I just thought this should be a nice wake-up call for you. After all, I do love to let people know where they stand. And that's exactly where you stand, Clayton. Right at the bottom. But hey, do let me know what it's like down there. Because I don't think I'm going to be down there for a very long time. That'll be all for today, folks. So, leave a like, share and subscribe, and click up here so you can vote on which vote on which wrestler I should talk about next. Eventually it will get to matches, I imagine, and I'll be voting them as to how good they are. Maybe. I've got to keep something to keep me busy. But that'll be enough for today, and remember to hit that bell icon so you can stay updated with all future videos. This has been Remus Talks, and I'll see you all in the next episode.